So you're thinking about joining another brokerage, and you heard about this thing called EXP, and you're wondering, is EXP a good place for me, especially because I want to eventually run a team, or I'm running a team now. Well, in this video, we're going to go over EXP and how it's the most easy and the most profitable way to run a team versus all the other methods out there. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group, right here with EXP Realty on the Emerald Coast in Northwest Florida. If this is your first time to our channel, we do tons and tons of videos about everything EXP in Northwest Florida and really across the nation. So I just want to give you a little bit background on me. I've been in the industry for a while. I've been licensed in New York, Florida, and Ohio. I've been a single agent, I've been a team agent, I've been an operations manager for a team, and now run my own team in separate states with two separate team models. So if you want to know from my experience, stay tuned. Matter of fact, we get tons and tons of people actually calling me asking about this brokerage and if they should join a different one or whatever, and quite honestly, I absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about switching brokerages or just have some questions about anything I talked about, again, give me a call, text, or email, and I'd be happy to help you out any way I can. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click that little bell so that you're notified every single time we got a little bit more information coming out for you about EXP up here in Northwest Florida. So let's get into it. Let's talk about why EXP Realty has the easiest and most profitable team building platform out there to date. I haven't seen anything better than this. So let's get a little bit of a background. When you're looking at different brokerages, maybe you've worked at another one before, or this is your first time really looking into it. First thing I want to tell you, first tip, is to make sure that you interview with a bunch of other brokerages. This is why, because you're going to see exactly what I saw when I was interviewing with different brokerages in different states and all sorts of stuff. So what you're going to see is that all these traditional brokerages, big box brokerages is what I like to call, like through Realty, which is your Bender Homes and Garden, your Coldwell Banker, ERA, a whole slew of all those ones, Century 21, didn't want to leave those guys out, or Keller Williams, or any of those different programs. What you're going to see is they're going to pitch you the same thing all the time, that they have the best training, they've got all this and that, and you're going to notice that it's the same thing each time you go somewhere. And the splits may be a little bit different. It may even be 100% brokerage, but you're still paying. And what value are they giving you? Really, what value are they going to be giving you? So if you want something a little bit different, well, that's about what we're going to talk about. So a lot of these brokerages were built up prior to the internet age, so it's hard for them to change. Some places, some teams, some brokerages are just too big to change. They don't want to change with the way the world is going. So, I mean, it still works, and there is still room in that environment for them, and it may even be the right place for you. But if you're looking to build, if you're looking to get to the place that you want to get to as fast as possible, well, EXP is probably your best bet. When you look at building a team, there's all different types of models. Let's talk about those. You've got the agent model, you've got the assistant model, you've got the lead generation model, and so on and so forth. Let me tell you about all those models and what I've seen and what I've experienced. Let's talk about the agent model. This was very, very popular when it came with Keller Williams. They came out with a millionaire real estate agent book. They call it the Red Book, MREA, all sorts of things that came out in the beginning of the 2000s. Way different market compared after the market crashed and everything else, and now it's, geez, almost 20 years since we've seen another book. Don't get me wrong, I still read that thing once a year just to keep up to date because there's so much great information on it, but things have changed. What do we talk about the agent model? Well, What they do is you get in, you start to produce leads, more leads than you can possibly handle, right? So you just bring on as many agents as you can, even if you're not up to that point. It doesn't matter, because under a model like that, you're just going to have them go ahead and start prospecting, and then you're going to take a little cut from it, whatever that is, right? Here's the issue with this is that you are actually going to train them on how to do everything that you do to prospect on their own, and then as soon as they realize that, hey, I can pay a transaction coordinator, I can pay, for my own leads, and then I can get all of it, and they're just gonna bounce. And that sucks, because you just spent all that time with those people and now they're gone. I can't tell you how many times that just happened where I've trained somebody and now they're gone. And I really like it that they're doing good, but financially it's not quite the best, all right? And the assistant model is the next one we're gonna talk about. The assistant model is where you are the rainmaker. You're doing all the deals, you're showing the houses, they're doing the appointments, and then you're passing everything and anything that you could possibly have onto the assistants. It's a very lucrative model, don't get me wrong. You can hire now virtual assistants to do a lot of that stuff. Matter of fact, if you're looking for a virtual assistant company, please do ask me. I'm using one right now. I've already hired 3 and they're fantastic and they're very, very affordable. So just message me if you want more information on that. But the assistant model is you surround yourself by assistants, and everything and anything that you can do in your state, you have them do that doesn't require a license. And that can be keeping up with your SOI, all the way to doing your transactions, to be doing your marketing and everything like that. You just have to make sure that you do what they call in the MREA, which is the red light, green light, that you don't start spending before you actually have the money. And of course we have the lead generation style, which is still very popular with big teams, where you go out and you find a good lead generation platform. This was really, really popular with Zillow, especially when we were getting really, really good ROI. I used to do Zillow for a while, not anymore, but that could be an entire different video. Anyway, when you get that and you pay for it and you're getting a positive return on investment, and then you take those leads and you give them to your people, they convert them for you. Again, that's still pretty good, but what happens when Zillow tanks, right? Or all your lead generation stuff tanks, and then you're like, well, what the heck is gonna go on? But it doesn't matter. People still, other agents, they're not dumb, they're smart. You brought them on your team because they're good people, right? And they're gonna go, oh man, well, I could pay Zillow the same amount and I could just go to wherever I want to and do it on my own. And again, they're gone. You spent all that time and now you're scrambling trying to find another agent to fill all the lead gen dollars that you're throwing into it. Okay, so you're like, yeah, Tim, I get it. How are we even gonna mitigate this? What the heck does EXP have that these other big box brokerages don't? Well, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but here's the thing that will lower your anxiety. We all want, as a team lead, we all want every single person that raises their hand that wants to be a real estate agent to succeed. I am wholeheartedly part of that. There's so much business to go around, especially if I had any way that I could help somebody and they went off to be freaking rock stars in real estate. I want to be part of that. I'm not selfish with it. There's still so much business to go around. Even when the market decides to take a turn, there's still going to be plenty around. So to be part of that, that really makes me feel good. But financially, we're all thinking, okay, well, what do we need to do? So EXP is a fantastic model. Why? Because you don't need an office space. You start off, all agents, despite what they've had done before, all start off at an 80-20 split. When you have a traditional team like that agent model, the assistant model, stuff like that, even under EXP, they start at a different cap. So right now, you have to pay EXP $16,000. And you might be going, man, I'm at 100% brokerage. That seems like so much. Well, it's really not. And your other people that are working for you, their cap is only $8,000. You get a big team, which they call a mega team, it's only $4,000, and then they're capped and they get 100% of their commissions, even if they're getting a 50-50, 30-70, or whatever that you have them set up on. Now, no matter what, if you go through and you have talented people and they're gonna go out and they're just gonna attack the world, and again, very, very happy for that. I was okay with it before. However, if you hired them into your team and they became part of your downline, now you have this thing called rev share. that no matter what, if they go off to be super successful and start their own team, you are now going to reap the rewards of that. So that training and all that time that you put into them, they're going to stay EXP because the model is amazing. They're going to stay EXP, and now you're still going to get a portion of whatever that they make in your revenue share. Now, I could do a whole nother video, and I will, on rev share, but that's just adding people to your team, okay? If those people on your team end up getting at least 8 deals a year, and if you're doing your team right, that should be no problem, you're going to get a certain portion up until they cap. And they typically cap around eight deals, depending on your marketplace and your price point, you know, whatever. But you're going to go through that, and you're going to get a certain portion of EXP's 20%, right? And that goes back to you. And now as your downlines go, and the more across that you have people, that's more and more money. If you get 10 people across on that downline, you're going to be making anywhere between, depending on how long that you can keep them qualified, meaning that they're doing at least 8 deals per year, you know, Pareto's principle 80-20, right? As long as they're still doing it and they recruit some other people, and they don't necessarily have to, but that's just kind of how this game works, is you're going to end up seeing checks like $4 to $8 grand a month just coming in passive, all right? And these people don't necessarily have to be on your team. If they go and do their own thing with EXP, they're still in that downline, which means that you can still help them out, and they're still helping you out, even though they're pursuing their own ambition. How cool is that? You know, as a team owner, that you're going to be constantly recruiting. It's just a constant thing that you're going to have to do to bring people in, because, you know, they're real estate agents. They're not going to stay all that long. And if they do, congrats to you. I wish I would have found them first. Good news is that you can create this model any way you want. You want to run the agent model? Awesome. You want to run the assistant model? Awesome. You want to do the lead gen model? Awesome. This still works. And if somebody leaves and does their own thing, or they want to go off and do rev share or whatever that they want to do, it is still good for you. There's no overhead. You can get an office. You don't have to. You can run your entire business almost like I do via Zoom, because I'm in 2 separate marketplaces. So half of the time, I'm either coaching somebody up in my Ohio market or down here in the Florida market, and most of the time it's all via Zoom. It's all this voice over IP video chat that we're doing, and it works really, really, really well, and it's very, very profitable. Now, that's how you can mitigate the stress of people leaving for you. So not only is it super profitable over time, it's super easy. You don't even have to, okay? You don't even have to create these big teams and hire all these agents. You can just go in and be like, hey, you should join EXP, join my team. And really, you're just coaching them, and they're running their own stuff, and you're still gonna get a portion of it for as long as they stay in EXP. It's a great, great system. Now, here's a little bonus for you as well. When you come to our brokerage here at EXP, you also have the option to put in stock. 5% of whatever that your commission is that you get back per deal can just go into the EXP stock, which I opted into and totally forgot about it for about a year. And that 5% that comes out doesn't seem like a whole lot. Well, I went in there, and just between you and I, there was over $200,000 worth of stock in there just within a year. That's insane. You have your own pretty much ownership stake in the company that you work for, and it's paying you really big. EXP, as of the day of this video, just split their stock, so it's only going to get better and better from there. So if you have any other questions about what I went over, if you're thinking about building a team and you're thinking, hey, I'm thinking about going to Coldwell Banker, I'm thinking about going to Keller Williams, or I'm thinking about coming to EXP, and you just want a real honest answer about that, please feel free to reach out to me. I love talking with other agents. I love being able to help them out there. Again, this is about helping build you and you for your future. So again, give me a call, text, or email. I'm always happy to help. And of course, if you're ready to go ahead and start now, of course, our link to get onto EXP is right here below. We'll check you out in our next video. Take care.